Today I traveled, and when I was traveling today, somebody asked me the question. I was coming from a place called Grindelwald to a place up near Geneva in the mountains. This is one of my favorite places. When I write some bhajans and book, I come and sit, and you can see the entire beautiful. Maybe before the end of the call, if you remind me, I'll show you the view of this beautiful lake. This place has special significance because I came with my Guruji 2 years back. Dadaji and me were together at a retreat here, and we spent a week together at this place called the Lee Mirador. What is the way to self-realization and God realization? What is the way? Somebody asked me the question. Would you like to attempt? Why don't we give you a chance? Some of you who would like to start, just let's do a 2-3 minute session before I get into my giving you my explanation. Shivoham, yes, please.
Here, the way to self-realization is actually getting neti neti tattvamasi.
Correct. But is that the first step? I'm asking, suppose a stranger, suppose you meet somebody in a coffee shop tomorrow morning. You're having coffee with somebody. वो बोलते राजेंद्र तुम क्या करता है यार? नहीं मुझे जाना है यार, मुझे Zoom call है. Ask care. क्या करता है? Ask ऐसे क्या पूछता है? What do you ask? I talk about self-realization, God realization. What is this यार? Tell me, what does it mean? तो क्या बोलेगा उसको?
It means that we see ourselves as body, mind, and ego, but we are beyond that. We are divine soul. We are not actually body, mind, and ego.
Good. What you're saying is 100% right. Let me add another 2-3 points and get to the crux of it. Okay? जो आप बोल रहे हैं 100% right. Anybody else wants to try? What else you would tell somebody? What is the way to self-realization and God realization? Anybody?
So to a layman, I will say that this is the path where you can get the eternal happiness which will not be dependent on the external world. You will be able to draw happiness from your own self. So that is for the layman.
Somebody comes and tells you, Sudeep, चलो beer पियेंगे. आप बोलोगे यार मुझे beer क्यों चाहिए यार? मुझे तो बड़ा नशा है. मैं तुम्हारा beer के नशा से क्या करूँगा? What will I do with your nahi? What will I do with one kick of beer? I am already in a high. Right? What is this high, man? This high is called self-realization and God realization. Okay, see, different perspective. Rajendra, you notice, not? Alag perspective. Who else? Because this is all part of my goal to get you there. This is all part of my effort. Next, please. Bridget says, it's okay. What is the way? It is to believe God exists. Bridget says in a comment. What is the way to self-realization and God realization?
Could I try, sir?
Yes, please. Ashok?
Shivam, sir.
Shivoham?
First, we have to realize who am I.
Yeah.
Then only we can realize God.
But when you meet somebody and you tell him, we have to realize who am I, he will tell you the question, Arey, why should I realize who am I, man? I know I am Mr. Bhojwani. तू मुझे क्या बोलता है Mr. निचानी? मैं जानता हूँ. मेरा नाम है राजेश भोजवानी. तुम क्या बोलता है मुझे?
But we have to realize ourselves first, rather than others.
Okay. So you are telling for yourself, it is the way to. Good.
I want to add. Add something.
Yes, Rajendra.
Yeah. So what I will say is that there is a lot of suffering. If a person lives by himself as a body, mind, and ego, there is a lot of suffering. And to get rid of suffering and experiencing and feeling happiness every moment, I am on my way to self-realization.
Good, very good answer. So Rajendra, I'm just putting Rajendra's thought. He's telling somebody, I am going for self-realization and God realization because this is a way to escape from the triple suffering of the body, mind, and ego. Yeah. Anybody else? We have 1 more minute. Anybody else? Shivoham.
As we go on the way, we need to be lesser and lesser influenced by our thoughts and ego. That is the way.
Very good. So somebody asked Girish, what is the way, Girish? You are become a master in spirituality. What is the way? So Girish says, if you want the way to self-realization and God realization, you must have less influence of mind and ego. And the person is confused. What is this? How can mind is everything? How can I have less influence of mind? To tell somebody, they will say, what are you talking? They, according to people, mind is very important and ego is very important. Both are very important. People will say, Arey, we need self-esteem. What are you talking? We need self-esteem. Girish says, no. I am on the path of self-realization and God realization, less mind and less ego. I still have 1 more minute before I give over the question answer. Anybody else? What is the comment? Arey, who's this? iPhone says there is no right or wrong answer to the question. We are not asking about right and answer, wrong answer. We are asking what is the way to self-realization and God realization. One more, I'm giving one more, any answer, one more answer. No? Okay. So my dear friend, I was trying to answer this question and I'm answering it in the perspective of how do we attain enlightenment? How do we attain the ultimate goal of life? Correct? So let us start from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So here it is, my friends. So what is the way to self-realization and God realization? First of all, the way is that you must want it. If you don't want self-realization and God realization, you can go eat pizza. Nobody will force you, nobody will call you, because 99% of the people in this world don't want self-realization and God realization. You are only amongst the 1%. Think about it. All the people you know. Am I right or am I wrong? 99% of the people whom you know, they don't want self-realization. They don't want God realization. Because for them, what is self-realization and God realization? Then, what is the way? The moment you want self-realization and God realization, what must you do? The first thing is you must go in a talash. You must search for it. Kya hai? What is the way? Where is the way? Suppose you want to go to Bombay. What is the first thing you will do? You will go and say, where is my location? And then you look at the GPS. And you say, I want to go to Bombay. What is the first thing you do? Bombay is 120 kilometers from where I am. How do I have, if you have to take right turn, will you take left turn? You will not take left turn. You have to take right turn. So first you go in a talash. And the moment you have a talash, right, that you want to go to some place. Here it is not Bombay. We are not wanting to go to Bombay. We want to go to self-realization, God realization. We start on a quest. We start asking these questions. Hey, self, what is this self here? Hey, Bhagwan, kaun hai yaar? Hey, kaun hai Bhagwan? Kaun hai? I met one Christian girl. About 10 years back in Hawaii. I was sitting on the beach in Hawaii and I met this Christian girl. And I told her, my dear, so beautiful. This beach of Hawaii is so beautiful. And what's your name? And we were talking. So I told her, I have built a big statue of Lord Shiva. At that time, I was religious, a little spiritual. So I told her, what is your God? Which God you believe? She said, what do you mean? There is only one God. That is Jesus Christ. I said, oh, is it? Where is that one God? Oh, he is in heaven. Where is heaven? Oh, you don't ask me this question. You're not allowed to ask such questions. He is Jesus Christ. He is God. He is the one and God, only God. There is no other God than him. He is the only God. That is all. Full stop. I do not entertain any questions. So मैं बोला ये लड़की तो थोड़ा, this girl is too strong in her. I just namaste करके. But what am I saying? Most people believe that their God is the only God. People are willing to kill other people in the name of religion. They are willing to take a sword and cut somebody's neck. They are willing to take a gun and shoot somebody down because they don't know the meaning of God. How do you reach that point of self-realization and God realization? That is my question to you today. And before I hand over the mic to you in 2 minutes more, my dear friends, the way is to start a quest. And when you start a quest, if you want self-realization and God realization, you need a guru. You need a master. You need a master who is a living master whom you can interact with. You should be able to ask many questions. You should be able to interact on a daily basis and ask your guru your questions. Guru, where is heaven? Where is hell? Once I asked my guru, he told me the astral world. I told him, no, I don't believe in astral world. I argued, I had a fight with my guru, I had an argument. I told my guru, no, I don't believe. What is the astral world? Then my guru wrote an email to me and he withdrew from his statement about the astral world, about how there's a purgatory and then there's an astral body and all kind of belief systems. Self-realization and God realization happens when you are deeply in love with God. When you tell God, I want you, God. I want you, God. And to get to God realization, first you must come to self-realization. Like if you want to go to America, mostly there's no direct flight. You must first go Bangalore, London, New York. That is the way. There may be some direct flights nowadays from Bombay to New York, 14 hours, 16 hours. But the way to actual God realization is first self-realization, then God realization. Because when you realize who you are, you realize God. Correct? So when you try to realize God directly, it is difficult. It is not easy. Like I said, it's a long flight, 16-hour flight, 14-hour flight, very long flight, very difficult. I'm talking about Bombay to New York is possible, but directly God realization because God is inside you. So therefore, when you go on a quest, you have a guru. When you live with discrimination, when you live with dispassion, when you have some discipline, when you go on that path, when you live as a yogi who's always in yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, when you live in that state of consciousness, in the state of Satchidanand, then you experience God. Yes, in that process, you first have to understand neti, neti. Without neti, neti, you cannot have self-realization. Impossible. Impossible. That's why I told Bridget what book to read. I told Bridget, you read neti, neti. First book. Because until you don't realize who you are not, you cannot realize who you are. My dear friends, my commitment to you is to help you reach that goal of self-realization and God realization. I am committed. But are you committed? Are you committed to reach that goal? I am telling you, you can reach that goal. You can realize who you truly are. You can realize God. Do you want God? Do you really love God? I feel God with me all the time. For me, I am with God every moment. It is so beautiful to be with God. It is the most blissful thing. I am with God all the time, wherever I am, with whomever I am. And I want you to experience that. Administrator questions, please. Girish. My dear Girish.
Yesterday's topic.
Yeah.
As long as one retains his realizations, his actions will not be binding karma.
Yes.
But the moment, even after realization, if he slips away, and mind and ego becomes operative in a selfish manner, his actions will be resulting in binding karma.
Absolutely.
Correct, no?
Yeah.
Yes. Yesterday, I just wanted to confirm that.
No. See, so I told you, so you have to be very careful, no? That's why I told, okay, now if you remember, I gave an example. I don't know, I think Krishna Sharma was there. He asked me one question and then I got him thinking. Because I told him, suppose Girish has attained the state of Satchidanand. So Girish comes to my house. I put some bhang in the thandai and give to him to drink. And Shivratri day, Girish has one glass of bhang. After having bhang, Girish doesn't know anything. Now, the question that comes to the mind is, why did that happen? Maybe because Girish did not have the grace of the divine. Maybe Girish's pending karma was not good enough for him to be ready for liberation. Because otherwise, God will not let that happen. The divine, through his law of karma, through his power, will not let it happen. If you really love God, Girish, will it happen? Will you get bound? Will you get bound by karma? So what is the secret? What is the secret to enlightenment?
Surrender.
Surrender, bhakti. Bhakti. Bhakti means Prabhu mera जीवन अर्पण करूं तुझको और कुछ ना मैं चाहता तू जो मिले मुझको. So हमारा Zoom कॉल है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है? प्रॉब्लम नहीं, बोलो Zoom कॉल चल रहा है, बोलो 2 मिनट खत्म करेंगे. ठीक है, मान गया. Yes, sir. So we have somebody else from the neighborhood hearing our call. So therefore we should have the grace. Do you want to tell PDP them to me? Next question, please. Who's the next question? Dattatreya.
Shivam, sir.
Shivoham.
Sir, I request to you, will you please tell us the importance of Shivoham?
Dattatreya, Shivoham means I don't see you as Dattatreya. When I greet you, when I say Shivoham, it means I see you as Shiva. What's the meaning of Shiva? Not Shiva, not means Shankar Bhagwan. No. I see you as God. How to see God, Dattatreya? How to see God? You see God only when you realize God is everywhere. God is in the mountain. God is in the sea. God is in the butterfly. God is in the tree. God is in you. God is in me.
Yeah.
How to remember this? How to remember all the time? When suppose today you keep on telling Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. What is the meaning? Can you explain to me what is the meaning?
I am Shiva, I think.
No, not I am Shiva. I am nothing. I am nothing. So when I greet you every day, what do I say? Every day, what do I say? Shivoham.
Yes.
Am I promoting Lord Shiva? Is that what I'm doing?
No, sir.
No. Shiva and Krishna and Jesus is the same.
Okay.
There is no difference.
I see.
If I tell you it is water or pani or tani, name is different. Water is the same. When suppose I start the call, I tell Dattatreya Shivoham, Kumar Swami Shivoham. I tell everybody, I say Bridget Shivoham. Means what? Means I see Shiva in you. Then when somebody tells me good morning, what do I say? When they tell me good morning, what do I say? I don't say good morning. I don't say good morning. Let me explain to you. What is the meaning of good morning? Tell me, what is the meaning of good morning?
Super.
Just by my telling you good morning, will your morning become good?
No, sir.
Then why are we telling good morning?
Just a habit.
But by telling Shivoham, you keep on telling Shivoham, you keep on telling Shivoham, you keep on telling Shivoham, then means you are all the time programming your mind that Shiva is everywhere. Means when somebody tells you good night, Shivoham. So you keep on repeating the word Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. That by doing that, what you're actually doing is you're programming yourself that God is everywhere. That is the way to reach that point. To keep on programming yourself. God is everywhere. God is everywhere. God is everywhere. Keep on saying Shivoham. Don't stop it.
Okay.
You understood what I'm saying, right? You got the answer.
Yes. I am getting it.
And please don't make this habit, Dattatreya. Suppose you are writing a letter to anybody. Start with Shivoham. Dear sir, how are you? In the end, thank you, Dattatreya Shivoham. What are you doing? You're not trying to tell him Shivoham. You're not promoting Shiva. You are reminding yourself that Shiva is everywhere, God is everywhere. It is not religious. We are not talking about Krishna. We are not talking about Allah or Jesus. No, we are talking about God, one God.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Kumar Swami.
Shivoham Guruji.
Thank you.
Shivoham.
Shivoham.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, Kumar Swami.
Actually, my question is, what is the difference between
Yes, sir.
what is the difference Buddhi and Vivek?
What is the difference between?
Buddhi and Vivek.
Same. Both are same.
Same, na? Both are
Buddhi,
same.
Vivek, Buddhi,
So-
Vivek, intelligence, intellect, same.
Both are all same.
Any further question or just that question?
Okay, that is one question. The second question is,
Not both.
see, yesterday we were discussing, just today also we are discussing, Girish also told something regarding the enlightened person will not sleep. See, what I mean to say is, if the person is not fully enlightened, there is a possibility of sleep. If he really is totally enlightened, so there is no possibility of sleep, because even Gautama Buddha also has been fed by some other poison and all, but he has not slipped into this area. Again, he has not come back. He has not slipped into karma. So once he has been enlightened means, so he will not sleep. In the journey of enlightenment, there is a possibility of sleeping. That is my idea.
Your idea is correct, but you give me the answer to my idea. No, I also gave a point, right? So are you able to answer my point? Suppose an enlightened person is poisoned by somebody, by drugs or by liquor or something, and they are trapped in their mind and ego once again. Then how can they escape from it? What makes you see? What have I taught you? Kumar Swami, what is my teaching to you? Whatever you believe, you should do Shravana, Manana. You should ask, investigate, realize. Whatever is the point, even if I tell you, you should not believe in what I'm saying.
No.
Why you are believing that enlightened person cannot sleep? Why you are believing like that?
See, enlightened means already it is completed. Completed person cannot sleep like that. I understood.
No, Kumar Swami, because you still have body, ego, mind. No, Kumar Swami. Till your breath is alive, my Guru told me this 100 times. How many times my Guru told me? How many times my
100
Guru told me?
100 times.
100 times. What my Guru told me 100 times?
So enlightened person maybe sleep because he is having mind and ego.
Be careful, be careful, be careful, be careful. Guru kept on telling me. Because enlightened person is still a human being. And the moment the enlightened person gets moksha, the divine will drop the body. The divine will be, he will be unified with God. He will no more remain human being. Okay. You get I hope you get my point.
Okay, boss.
because see what happens if you do not, okay, let me tell you, let me take for granted, I agree with you. Suppose I agree with you. So Kumar Swami tomorrow becomes enlightened, then Kumar Swami becomes careless. He goes for party. He becomes like Osho. He becomes like, okay, let's take example of Osho. You know Osho?
I know.
According to me, Osho is an enlightened being. You please listen to Osho's speeches. Then what happened? Why he was full with women and wine and drugs and Rolls Royce and Rolex watches. What happened to Osho? Please tell me. You explain to me.
What I feel is he is living like with Sakshi only. That's what he may be living like that.
No, he slipped. Osho was, according to me, an enlightened soul, but he got in the American culture. He got lost in drugs and all kind of that, all kind of not wrong things he got. But original Osho teachings are very good. Original Osho teachings are amazing. I'm giving you a live example of Osho. According to me, when Osho finished part of his life, there was no enlightenment. That is not the right way to get enlightenment. You cannot be taking drugs, and you cannot be having drinks and drugs and sex and get enlightened. That is not the way to enlighten.
That I am not accepting the Osho, but okay. Okay, boss, I will send you some the details to your WhatsApp so that we will
Please.
discuss this.
No, and I am Kumar Swami. One thing with me is I am open to any discussion. I am open to any argument or any disagreement. But let us understand the truth. What is our
Yes.
goal, Kumar Swami? We want to reach the truth. My
Truth,
goal
yes.
is only that. I don't want to give you 99% truth. I only want to give you, according to
100.
me, 100% truth.
Yes.
Thank you. Next question. Karan Singh. Karan Singh says, how to control anger? Karan Singh says, how to control anger? Sometimes I get extremely angry on my family members and God also. Karan Singh, the reason you get angry is because your ego thinks that you are different from your family members. Because you think you are different from your family member, that's why you think. I always tell you this, Karan Singh. Have you ever seen a man hitting himself? Unless he's a madman, will you hit yourself?
No.
You never hit yourself because you will never get. Only a mad person will get angry at himself and hit himself. Then you have lost his senses.
Let's say
So my point-
sometimes their behavior actions makes me angry.
Yeah. So when you get angry, when you think they are manifestation of God, when you think that they are a manifestation of God, when you think they are God, you will not get angry at them. You can, for example, if you go to a temple and you start breaking the God, that means you lost your senses, you lost your head. Otherwise, you will not take hockey stick and hit God. Only a mad person will do it. A person who has lost their sense of thinking. So the point is that the way to overcome, if you're asking me what is the way to overcome anger, the way to overcome anger is to realize I am not the body. Shiva Shankar is not Shiva Shankar. Shiva Shankar also is Atma. I am also Atma. Girisham also is Atma. Bridget is Atma. Girish is Atma. Sudeep is Atma. If I think like that, I cannot get angry because I have already dropped my anger because I realize we are all one soul. The moment there is the self-realization we are one soul, the moment there is God realization that we are all God. I'm giving you my personal example. I was the most angriest man. I was such an angry man. You could hear me from more than 1 kilometer. You could hear me shouting if I was shouting. Now I have given up. Where is anger gone? I cannot get angry. I don't know the meaning of hate. I don't know the meaning of revenge. I am never jealous about anybody. Why? Because I realize we are all one. We are all one. That's why when you love somebody very dearly, you cannot get angry. Answer my question, Karan. If you're madly in love with somebody, can you get angry with that person?
No.
Bridget, if you're madly in love with somebody, can you get angry, Bridget, with that person? If you're madly in love with that person? No, because you think that person you love so much is so dear to you, it's like your soulmate. When there is somebody whom is your soulmate, when there's somebody whom you love so deeply that that person is your soulmate, how can you get angry? You cannot get angry at that person because you think that person is your soul, that person is your life. You cannot get angry. If whatever that person may do, you cannot get angry. Cannot.
So sometimes I try to control, but I can't.
Yeah, but you're trying to control, but you're not realizing they are God. You're not realizing that they are you and them are one. Your love for them is not so great. If your love for them is very strong, you cannot get angry. Please think about it. How many more questions? No question. There you go. So with that, I'm sorry I had to shift outside because there is.
I have a question.
Yes,
Shiva
please.
Amer,
Shubham, bolo,
I
bolo,
want to know whether all the bhajans written by you are at one place, and if so, yes, then where is that place?
Okay, first of all, bhajan is not written by me, it's written by the Almighty. But I don't write the bhajan. I only put the words together. He sends the words. All the bhajans are on the app. Have you got the Air app? I'm asking Rishika or Pushpa, they will send. There's an app called Air, Ask Air. There's an app called Ask Air.
Okay.
ASKAIR on Google. If you go to Google Play, download the app called Ask Air. When you download the app there's a section called bhajans. All bhajans are there. All the bhajans are there.
Okay. Thank you.
So in the touch of a button. And if you want selected bhajans on the YouTube channel, my favorite 100 bhajans are on video. There are 100 bhajans on video, and it's not a paid app, it's a free app. Nothing of ours is paid. We don't collect money for anything. So it's a free app. You can download and you can hear the bhajans. Don't need to download, listen whenever you want. There are albums. There are some 50 albums or something like that. And all the first 400 bhajans of mine are on Shiva. I don't sing anymore. I don't sing those bhajans anymore.
Okay.
I only sing the last 800 bhajans, which are not on Shiva. They are on one God, Nirguna Brahma. So there's not Saguna. So there is a God which has name and form. No, you go beyond that. Nirguna, the God which we believe now has got no name and form. That's why I experience God, whether I'm in Switzerland or I'm in Kashmir or where I am. Somebody's asking to sing a song. I think. What is the message? So, okay. This morning, what song was I singing here? There's so many of my favorite. Okay, one of the songs that I like for many years is this. मेरे दिल में बस एक तुम ही हो, कण कण में और कोई नहीं हो, इतना कर दे के बस एक तुम ही हो, तुझको मैं चाहता हूँ और कुछ नहीं हो, मेरे दिल में बस एक तुम ही हो. Bridget, it means I want only you in my heart. I don't want anything else. Oh Lord, take away everything else from my heart. Take away everything. I only want you. And for those of you who still want to hear one or two lines, in that it says, है ये आस्था मुकम्मल तुम ही हो, जीवन में मेरे और कुछ नहीं हो, कण कण मेरा तुम बस तुम ही हो, और कुछ भी आए जगह नहीं हो, मेरे तन मन में मुकम्मल तुम ही हो, बस एक तुम ही हो, बस एक तुम ही हो. Oh Lord, fill my life so deeply with you. Don't leave an iota of space. Don't even leave one dot space for anything else to come. Fill my life with you. So my dear friends, I think we have taken beyond the time limit. With that note, thank you for your divine presence. And every day, I appreciate you arguing or questioning me to a point where do not have any hesitation. I don't have any problem in you questioning what I say. If you are not convinced, please ask, please question. My goal is to help you realize the truth. And your goal is to reach self-realization and God realization. That is my goal. And I try very hard every day to come to that level of making you realize the truth. With that note, I bow down to you. I thank you.